What's going on, Muscle Monsters? It is Alain Gonzalez, and today we are going to talk about 2 reasons why you are not building muscle, and these are both diet related. Okay, so number 1, and this is going to sound pretty elementary, but you have to hit your protein numbers. Okay, but here's the problem. All right, you have calculated your macronutrients, right? And you calculated it with 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is perfectly fine. All right, the problem is that most people, and this might not be you, find it hard to hit those protein requirements. So what happens? You know, today they're 10 grams under, tomorrow they're 5 grams under, the next day they're, 5 or 10 grams under again. The next day they might hit the protein. Whatever the case is, by the end of the week, they have not consumed enough protein. All right, but here's where it gets tricky. You think that you're hitting enough protein because you're getting close to your numbers. However, let me just explain briefly how this all works. All right, protein synthesis, synthesizing protein, that's when you're building muscle. All right, and then there's protein breakdown. Both are going to occur. There's no way to stop protein breakdown. In fact, there's no reason why you should want that to happen. But what you have to aim for or ensure is that you are synthesizing more protein than you're breaking down. So if you're finding it hard to meet those protein requirements daily, what I would recommend to you is to recalculate your calories. But this time for your protein, I would do 1.2 times body weight and aim for that higher number. And that way, if you don't quite reach it, at least you're still hitting about 1 gram of protein per day. So as basic as that sounds, a lot of people still are not consuming adequate protein in order to synthesize more than they break down. Therefore, they might be gaining weight, but they're not going to gain muscle. All right, and then number 2, and everybody tells you this, when you're calculating your macronutrients, you have to also consider micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. The problem is that a lot of people ignore it because they think, okay, well, my macronutrients are what's important for body composition, and micronutrients aren't that important. They're important for overall health, but to hell with it, or whatever the case may be. But what happens is if you are deficient in any of the essential vitamins or minerals, then you are not going to recover effectively. It's going to be very suboptimal, and that is going to be detrimental to your ability to gain muscle. And to put it simply, your body needs these vitamins, right? So if they're not present in the foods that you're consuming, then they are going to have to come from somewhere. And where is that somewhere? To leave out everything that you don't want to hear, let me just tell you that it will partially come from your muscle mass. All right, so you definitely don't want that to happen. So what I would recommend for you, since I can't give you an exact number of vitamins and minerals, X amount of calcium or iron you need per day, I'll give you a rule of thumb that I like to use. And this is basically that every time you sit down to eat, you are consuming at least 1 piece of whole fruit or 1 entire serving of vegetables, preferably leafy greens. All right, those tend to be the most nutrient-dense types. All right, and for most people, 2 servings of fruit and 2 servings of vegetable are enough. However, I would recommend, again, to try to aim to have one or the other every single time you sit down to eat. All right, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. Start hitting that protein. Start getting those vitamins and minerals. And if you're someone who's looking to cut, you got some kind of event coming up that you want to get lean for, make sure to download my 21-day fast abs program. I'll put a link in the description. It's totally free. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at MuscleMonsters, Facebook.com/MuscleMonsters. Like the page, and I'll see you guys in the next one.